What's the craziest thing you've ever witnessed while in jail? I was locked up in county jail after being denied bail for a crime I committed. Due to overcrowding, they were transferring inmates to different facilities across the state. Since I was going to be sitting for about 7 months until my next court date, I was selected to be moved. Before the transfer, I had gotten to know a few guys inside. Things were mostly calm, lots of card games and commissary gambling. There was a young guy named Shelby, around 25, very thin and clearly from a good background. Every week, his parents would send him $50 for commissary, which he would use to buy loads of ramen noodles and gamble. He always paid his debts, and everything was fine. The day of my transfer came. Since it was a Wednesday, I was told I'd probably be sent to Pelham County Jail, a place known for being chaotic. The drive took about 4 hours. When we finally pulled up, I was shocked it didn't even look like a jail, more like a beat-down shack that might fall over. They booked us in, took our prints, gave us new black and white striped jumpsuits, and led us down to our assigned blocks. It was placed in D block, right at the end of a long, loud hallway. As we approached, I could hear the chaos growing louder. The second the metal door opened, I was met with shouting voices, asking for phone time, nail clippers, a nurse, anything. Not a single white face in sight, just a wall of gold teeth and tattooed faces. Thought I was screwed. Then I heard a voice to my left. "Hey, white boy, get in here." An older white guy, built like a tank, was laughing and waving me over. I ran in and dropped my stuff. We introduced ourselves. He handed me a cigarette and gave me the lay of the land. He was around 52, covered in tats, and part of an outlaw motorcycle gang. He was there for trafficking. We got along fine and thankfully. I looked tough enough, 190 pounds, in shape that nobody messed with me. Over time, I saw fights break out, but nothing too serious as long as you kept to yourself. You were mostly left alone. There was one black guy who kept talking to me. He was in for murder. Said he killed a guy over drugs. Something about him was off, mentally. One day he said, "You're a good-looking guy. You don't belong in here." The way he said it, creepy. Well, that's when I realized he was probably gay. I kept my distance. Weeks passed. One Wednesday, the block door opened, and in walked a few new white inmates from my old county jail, including Shelby. He didn't notice me. He was too busy panicking about where he'd landed. I knew instantly he wouldn't survive here. He tried to cope by gambling, giving things away: coffee, snacks, cigarettes. He started handing things out freely just to make friends. You guessed it, the creepy, homeless murderer. I began noticing this guy always had snacks and coffee. He didn't gamble. He didn't get money from family. So where was he getting it all? One day, Shelby quietly came to me and whispered, "That freak keeps stealing my stuff." He pointed to his cell. Sure enough, the homeless guy was lounging on Shelby's bed, eating his food. I told him, "Handle it. If I were you, I'd knock him out and toss him out the block." Instead, Shelby walked in, yelled at the guy, and walked back out proud of himself. Problem was, the homeless guy started tying his shoes. That meant he was getting ready to fight. A few minutes later, Shelby went back to his cell and got punched in the mouth. Just one hit, and he walked out bleeding. He didn't fight back. Over the next week, he looked worse and worse. 2 black eyes, busted lip. No one ever saw him get hit. It had to be happening at night, in the cell. One day, his other cellmates came to me, and my biker cellmate, and said, "You gotta help him." I asked, "Why?" They replied, "That guy's not just stealing food. He's slipping Shelby every night and threatening him with a knife." That changed everything. We couldn't allow that on our block. And Black was in agreement. We stormed the cell. The homeless guy tried to block our blows, but we beat him down. All the rage from being in the system came out on him. When he was a leaking, broken mess on the ground, we dragged all his belongings out and gave them to Shelby, stripped him of his clothes, his shoes, everything. I told him to kick the door until a guard came and to get off our block. One last kick to his gut, and he finally got the message. When the CO arrived and saw him, she knew exactly what had happened. D-Block had sent a message. Afterward, we gave Shelby some cigarettes and told him we were sorry we didn't act sooner. He thanked me before I left Pelham, That was the craziest, most horrifying thing I saw behind bars. I never saw Shelby again. But I do hope he's doing better now.